Okay, guys, Ken77 still 171 back for another ATS video. We're right back where we were in the last one. There's actually this load here, 50,900, so it's pretty heavy. It's only going 472 miles, going north. There's a couple of them going down here to Texas, but they're really long trips and they don't pay that well for 1,500 miles, 22,000. This one's half the pay, but like a quarter, a third of the distance. So that's the better way to go. And I don't want to do a really long video. We'll keep the engine we have. Looks like it's going to be all back roads, I think. I don't think there's any interstates through there. Or maybe I'm wrong. We will take the job, and we'll see if it loads us in any kind of different way. Let's see, where is the loading area at? Okay, so it's right in there. And that worked out okay. See if it does a graphical load or if it's just, one of those where it the time just advances and really wish it would just ask you that question right from the beginning. Like if you went to the trouble of getting into the parking spot and then it says, "Do you want to skip the loading process?" Like, no. Why the hell would I do that now? It's just gonna do it. Yeah, that sucks. They even had the little, footer thingy right there. Have these things right here, which what they're gonna do is just dump into the top of your trailer, and they didn't bother to show it. It's unfortunate.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
Okay. So what route are we taking? No, I'm wrong. It's 84, and then state route all the way up here. It's about half the distance is on highway. Interesting. Utah 55. Okay. All right. Well, we'll be running on the interstate here for a while.
Keep right
just had a weird deja vu moment. I've been in Salt Lake City, and I think I've actually driven that intersection right there in real life. Or I did it in the game, and I don't remember when. But I think I remember. Boy, so you can go up 3 gears. Are we on the interstate? Yes, we are. No, we're not. I was thinking we weren't yet. Um,
Go straight on.
one thing about this engine is it does have a very wide RPM range, which, if you don't need power, does give you the flexibility to skip gears. You can start off at first, rev it way up to 2,500 and go up three, but you're not going to get a lot of power in that next gear because you're really low in the RPM. You're way below its power band. I'll give you an example. 3, 6, 9.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right.
So because it revs so much higher, it does give you some flexibility in gearing. You know, like there, I went up 3, and it's definitely below its power band, and I probably shouldn't have done that. definitely struggles, in this situation. Not the most powerful thing in the world. And maybe what you would do is pick different gearing. We are running 293 gears, which is be better for a low RPM, high torque engine. So this would be a situation where running 325 gears would maybe be the better choice, because you don't have enough power at high gear, 18 gear, in 18th gear to pull on the highway. Whereas if we had a little shorter rear end ratio, it would do better. But on the other hand, this has plenty of power, like in a city environment, up to the highway on ramp. So if you went with a shorter gearing, you'd have even more acceleration power with heavy loads at low speeds. So this might be a situation where running a 325, because we're turning 1200 RPM at 70. And this thing has, about 500 more RPM than your regular four stroke. It'll pull 2400 or so. I think we're going to need fuel, actually. I didn't think about that. Is there fuel near the destination? Yes. Tell you what, though, kind of inclined to fuel sooner. There's a repair center right here, too, right off the highway, and fuel. So let's do that. I like this engine in this truck, and it's not an engine we've used anywhere else. So let's do that. Let's go in here. We'll get fuel, and we'll change the gear ratio. We'll find a 325. I think the truck will run better at highway speed. Um, it's kind of weird because it doesn't really need it in slow speed um, city traffic, but it could certainly use it in on the highway side. So let's
Time
do.
to get the job done.
The reason I picked this transmission was because we had that 600 horsepower engine with torque at 1200 RPM. This thing's making peak torque. Please pull in. We'll get an idea. We'll find out what our weight is. Yeah, I mean we're 98,000 pounds too. So, that's pretty fucking heavy for whatever the power was in this thing. Um, See, like right here, this thing accelerates just fine. I'm going up 3 gears at a time. We can already tell the headlights suck. Yeah, see we're yeah, the high beams are not on. Actually, the headlights are not horrible. They're better than some of the other CabOvers.
Keep right, and then exit right.
So we'll try the gear change.
Exit right.
And we'll have a nice long drive to try it.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
One of the engines I haven't seen in the game. I don't know. I'd have to look at one of the other
Keep
internationals.
right, and
Is
then turn right.
the Max Force engine. I drove one of those. Actually, I liked it. It's the opposite of this. Peak torque's like 900 RPM.
Turn right.
But it would have only be. I don't think I have built any other international. So the first thing is, where's the truck fuel? Right there. So let's do that first, since it's right here. about a quarter of a tank left. Yeah, these tanks aren't that large. So like you can just puddle along with one. Where's the fucking repair shop? It's on the other side.
Recomputing.
One thing that's a little weird with this truck is when you turn left and right, it doesn't feel like you turn left and right your head. The view doesn't turn left and right enough. Should be right here. Yeah. Okay. So on the transmission, see we're running 293s, 1440 to 73. So we probably want like maybe even 350s. There's the 355. Let's do that. Heavy cargo went up significantly. Let's try D8. It really dropped the normal cargo down significantly compared to where we are, which is, see how much it's equal. It's not a terrible place to be, but maybe so we're at 293. See how much far down that went versus how little much that went up. I just feel like maybe it's not a big enough change. We had a lot of gear left. Um, what are the odds of us actually running? We can try it. Just do a 411. That's a really tall, that's a really short ratio, and it really dropped the low, normal cargo. Um, but we might keep this trailer with this truck. It's kind of what I've been doing with these is almost pick truck to the Mac R got grain haulers. Let's do what the fuck. Let's try
Finding
it.
a new
Let's
route.
let's try it. Worst case, it sucks, and we can always We'll know here in the parking lot. Already got fuel.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
We'll know here in a minute.
Keep right and then turn right. Turn right.
We're climbing up a hill. The tell is going to be, you know, at 70, what are we turning? Before we were pretty low. Keep in mind, guys, we're at 98,000 pounds gross, too. It's exceptionally heavy. Okay. Probably a little bit too low of a gear. Although for a two-stroke, it's maybe this is okay because we're at 70 almost, turning 1700 RPM. That's higher than you would want in a four-stroke. I think we were talking about in the other trucks at 75 miles per hour, about 1500 RPM is what you want, and we're above that. We're going to be above that. Fortunately, this highway has a relatively low speed limit, but I think this will work. It's not ridiculously high. turning almost 2,000 at 75. It's probably right. That's probably about right. That's probably where its peak torque is. Oh my God, dude. That car came up behind me. I couldn't change lanes. No, I think the gearing is going to be okay. It's probably a little short for normal cargo, which it kind of told us in the configurator there. Get done with this drive, and then I got to go do something in real life here, guys.
Keep right, and then exit right.
This will be the end of the highway, I think.
Exit right. Keep right, and then turn right.
I would say this two-stroke is probably my second
Turn
my second. The pre-bound ones definitely have a better sound. They got the up and down idle, but this is
right. Go straight on.
when I get back. I need to go in and see. We have not built a international, like a newer international. Um, which I drove. I drove a international. I forget what the model's called. It'd be interesting. Not driven one in the game, and see if the Max Force engine's available.
Go straight on.
Too low. The low beam headlights are not terrible.
Keep right, and then continue straight on. Go straight on.
Why are the high beams not going on? We're gonna have to slow down on this road. Yeah, I wanna build that another. I want to try an international. Um, is it 9600, 9800? I don't remember what the hell they were called. Drove one for a long time. All my previous YouTube videos, you know, uh, when I worked for Ruan, those that was an international, and I did not dislike that truck. It was reasonably comfortable, good visibility. We had Cummins, some kind of Cummins engine for most of them, and then the last few years I worked there, we got some new ones that had the Max Force engine, and people say they hate those. I only drove one for a year or two, didn't have many miles on it. They were brand new trucks. Loved it. It was much quieter. Peak torque was at 90, like about 900 RPM. I could go up. We were pretty heavy all the time, and with the old engines, I could go up the Cutting Hill out of Cincinnati, Ohio, maybe 25 miles per hour. And with the new Max Force, I could do it at 35 miles per hour. The problem a lot of people had, a lot of the older drivers, they wanted to rev it up, take it up to 1700, 1800, 2000 RPM. The way the Cummins that they had was you'd have to rev the hell out of it. And the Max Force was not like that. It did not like being revved. Peak torque was at 900, and if you shifted and held it at 900, it would pull. But if you over revved it, it would actually pull worse. And I think that's what a lot of the drivers were doing. They didn't figure out the torque curve. It was also very quiet, exhaust wise. So it'll be interesting if that engine is available in the truck simulator here. I don't know what the power output was in the ones we drove. I want to say 450 horse. They weren't like super powerful, but they weren't weak. Reason I'm taking it easy, guys, is speed limit's 45, but most of these curves have warning signs that say 35. So what's this one say? 50. Yeah, the high beams are not great. Oddly, the low beams, the low beams are not bad. The high beams are like decent. The other CabOver trucks had that weird, like, angular cutoff on the road where on the low beam. This one does too, but it's farther out.
Keep right, and then continue straight off. Go straight.
considering how the speed limit is 65, but it's like 45 around this corner. Roads like this really don't allow you to relax when you're driving. Almost there, guys. shit. Of course, it's the other fucking way around. It's not going to unload, so let's just skip it. All right, guys, that'll be it for this trip. They always seem to be an hour long. All right, guys. Ken 97 still 171 signing off. Have a good evening. Be safe out there.